Alright, according to this, stream is live. Looks like the stream is live. Welcome back. This is Videolux Philippines. We are trying out something a little different today. This OBS format. I'm going to share some elements from the screen and share the topics we're going to talk about today. Bear with me just a minute. Take a minute and review some of those topics. See if you have any questions that you might want to raise or points that you want to discuss about it. I just have to share this link. Give me a minute. Because I couldn't schedule the live stream if I broadcast through OBS, which is bizarre, but I guess that's just the way it is. Alright. Alright, let's see if that works. So, the points that we're talking about today, right? I was thinking about calling this live stream like Emergency 911 Philippines, or I'm actually talking about starting a podcast literally called Emergency 911 Philippines, because this situation, this transactional expectation situation, is getting so out of control. And seeing how different it is in Thailand versus Manila versus what Manila is starting to pick up from Thailand, and why that is a bad thing. So, God, where to start? I mean, it's all tied into this transactional expectation, right? And how it's driven by social media, right? Like social media's illusionary validation, right? These people with their beauty filters, it completely inflates their self-worth. It's this online attention from real world social capital, and people are essentially, or women in this case, are essentially attributing value to money, and that's it. So they're losing interpersonal skills. So we're going to go through the whole list. But before we do, I'm going to give you a pretty hardcore analysis of some dating profiles, okay? And I'm going to give you the point counterpoint element as if I were a man and I was writing the masculine or similar equivalent of this dating profile. Again, just give me a minute here, guys. I want to make sure everything's working. Alright, so I do look at dating sites all the time, not because I'm like super looking to like meet and hook up with girls. It's because I need to meet girls for the social events that we put on here. We do a lot of stuff. We do a lot of nightlife, and girls are a big part of that. We're always bringing out guys. Of course, we're bringing out girls. So, the one that hit me, right? And this is, rise of transactional expectations. I know I'm skipping to the last item on the thing, but it's when did dinner become a down payment event? Like, really? And if that's the case, and it is, so this girl had a dating profile, and basically what she said in her dating profile was, I prefer a classic dinner date in a nice restaurant, like think expensive, with an attentive gentleman and a bouquet of my favorite flowers. Okay, look, great, got it. You're putting your expectations out there. Here's the thing. I'm sorry, what value are you bringing to the table? Besides your obviously filtered photos on your profile and the fact that you say you're young and look pretty good. All right, you want your bouquet of flowers, you want your expensive dinner date. Got it. All right, here's my profile. I prefer a coffee date until I get to know you. And if the coffee date goes well, on the ride to our dinner date, you can give me the best Hummer I ever had in my life, because I prefer that over a bouquet of flowers. At which point, then we could talk about your dinner date and I'll have the flowers delivered. I mean, what am I going to do? Put in my profile? I prefer a cheap, meal in a nice hole in the wall. But before I take you out, I got to see if you're worth it, baby. So where's my Hummer in the car? Because that's what I prefer before dinner. Where's your value? Is that your value? Is that my value? So I'm a bouquet of flowers guy, or you're a Hummer girl. What's the difference? It's all transactional. You wouldn't date a man that expected a BJ in the car before taking you in for a nice dinner. Just like a man wouldn't date you if you required a bouquet of flowers before he even met you just to take you out to dinner. It's getting so bad that, like, I'll tell girls, like, right now we're planning a yacht party, right? It's like a whole yacht tour. And I'm saying, well, look, I want to bring a couple girls on the yacht tour, but, I need to make sure you're solid. I need to make sure you're sociable. I need to make sure you gel. I need to make sure you don't just sit around and stare at your phone all day long. I need to make sure you're going to be posted on social media. Like, we're creating a buzz here. Do you want to do a yacht tour? And the girls are like, yeah, sure, that sounds cool. And I'm like, okay, great, let's do a video call. And they're like, okay, send me some money. I'm like, what? They're like, well, for my time on the video call. I'm like, you have to be kidding me, right? I'm taking you on a champagne yacht tour for like a week of some of the nicest islands in the Philippines, and you want me to pay to vet you on a video call? Sorry, honey. Well, let me pull up my data, because I'm not looking at my comments at this point in time, and I should be doing that. Oh, thanks. I should have it up anyway. Yeah, I don't even know if this thing's going live right now. Like, I don't even know if anyone's watching. It says live. It says public. Oh, here we go. It says 7 are watching. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. All right, so I don't know if you guys consider that rude or not, but I got more. I got plenty of more where that came from. So she prefers a classic dinner date and a nice restaurant, and wants a bouquet of flowers. I'm not even going to go there. I got another one. Requirement. Height. 5'6" and up. That's reasonable. Oh, princess treatment. Whatever that means. Oh, and along with my princess treatment, patience with my temper and tantrums. Honey, what a sales pitch you got. Like, next. I mean, you want the princess treatment and you want me to suck up your temper and tantrums? I don't think so, dear. All right, let's move on. And these are real dating profiles, okay? I'm not high maintenance, but I do have needs, and I like being taken care of, not just through words. At least buy me a cup of coffee in exchange for my time. Okay, well, you know what? That's actually reasonable. Coffee dates are perfectly fine. I think first dates should always be coffee dates. Like, why should I invest more time in you than you're investing in me? And chances are you're going to expect me to pay for the date, and we're equating time to value. Maybe I should be billing you my corporate hourly rate, in which case you would owe me a lot after the coffee date. But we're not going to get into that. Oh, wait. At least buy me a cup of coffee in exchange of my time. But I'm not skinny. So hit next if you want stick thin girls. All right, next. No, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. You don't have to be skinny to be attractive and desirable.
Like most men wants.
I know a lot of guys like skinny girls, or slender girls, or at least athletic. All right. So not everybody is, these high demand, no value, no reciprocal effort dates, right? Oh, it's got a couple of comments here. Yeah. Insane expectation, man. It's absolutely insane. Are you seeing want, pay for play? Makes me think twice on exploring the Philippines. All right, it's when I said I started the stream calling this is emergency 911 Philippines, it is beyond pay to play, guys. And it's like in Thailand, for example. Well, no, you know what? I'll give you that example later. It's not just pay to play anymore. It's girls expecting you to like pay them for the video call where you vet them to just even make sure they're girls. Like a lot of girls are like, I'm like, sorry, I hate to ask you this. Are you a girl? Yes, of course I'm a girl. All right, let's have a quick video call, just chat. We'll set up a date and then we'll go from there. Okay, send me 500 pesos or send me 200 pesos or whatever. I'm like, for what? Like my time on the call. I'll be like, honey, I just invested, 30 minutes in nonsense, 2-word sentence chats with you to get to this point. Why don't I bill you my corporate rate for that 30 minutes? It's like, no, it doesn't. It should not be a transactional thing. But here they're like girls are like, oh, well, you want to go out just for drinks? Okay, well, that's a couple thousand pesos and I'm bringing a girl and you have to pay for both of us. So it's all expenses plus a couple thousand pesos for their time, up to 5,000 pesos just to go have drinks with them. Yeah, that's it. That's Thailand level transactional nonsense now. Hey Ken, what's good? Well, not the rise of transactional expectations. I'm just saying it's getting out of control here. We're going to talk about rent a girlfriend. We're going to talk about all the stuff on the list. I just decided to get this stuff right out of the way. This dating stuff right out of the way. Okay, 22, looking for my one great true love. Oh, okay, great. No boyfriend since birth. That's a big thing here, by the way. And that's why I'm here. Oh, I don't like perverts. If you're interested, just marry me right away. Okay, honey, sure. No, I hope you're one of a kind, and if you're reading this, please bear with me. I don't have boyfriend since birth, and I don't know how to kiss, but I know how to cook, and I can give you hugs. All right? I'm a date to marry type of lady, not here for fun, looking for a serious relationship that'll lead to worshiping God with the same faith. All right. I'm sorry, just red flag right away. Honestly, I'm so tired of searching here. Maybe I'll delete this app. No one's serious here. Well, there's a lot of serious guys here. The problem is half the girls are not serious. And this whole like same faith, like God first relationship thing. I'm sorry. I get that some people have success inside of that, and I get that some people find that to be a very wonderful and fulfilling part of their life. But for me, you're living inside a fantasy world. I'm sorry. That is not the real world. Oh, I got another one. My name is Joy. I'm 29 years old. I'm a single mother of 2 kids, and they're living together with me. I'm from nowhere, Philippines, and I'm looking for a serious relationship. All right? Got to be loving, caring, good-hearted, accepts me and my kids. I'll give my love and share my life. Sorry I'm not here for fun and games. Thank you. God bless all. Okay, great. Sincere? Got it. Don't want your 2 kids, honey. Sorry. Not every profile on here is going to be a gold digger profile. A straight up transactional profile. I got one. 23. Can someone spoil me? That's it. That's the whole profile. Another one. 29. I have 1 son and I'm single. Hope I can find someone here and together we'll stop using this app. Oh, and she's interested. She can give you a video call to see the real her. Okay, great. I mean, if you want to deal with her son. 19. Vet med student. 5'3". Has a pretty busy schedule, but up for dates and see where it goes, but not up for marriage until I have my degree. Okay, that's actually reasonable. Plus points for a man that understands I get busy. We have our own lives, and we all do more active on IG. Okay, great. Now I dated two vet students, actually, two fourth year young vet students. They were both very nice, very smart, and came from very wealthy families. And they were both very serious, and it just didn't work out. They weren't really my type. They just weren't. They were too young and just in too bad a shape. Like if you're in that bad a shape, and you're in the medical, you know, profession, and you're that young, what are you going to be when you're 30, honey? Like beyond hitting the wall. Oh, here's another one. Message me if you want fun. So what is fun? No, I'm not. I'm not. Some of this might have come from Tinder, but these are actually decent Philippines dating websites. Fun in the Philippines means one thing. It doesn't mean going out and drinking and dancing and bowling and playing pool and having a good night and high fiving. You know, it means pay for sex. So if a girl says, I'm not looking for fun or I don't want fun, it doesn't mean she's not a fun loving girl. It means she's not interested in money for sex. And if a girl just says, hey, hit me up for fun, that means she's a prostitute. Like straight up. Yeah, 87 USD just to take her out for drinks. And you got to take a friend out and you got to pay for both of them. All right, let's skip this nonsense. All right. I'll come back to that maybe. Feminist mindset versus traditional femininity. Okay. So, well, what can I say? You know, modern feminism is apparently exposed to be a psyop, right? It was designed to get women out of the home, into the taxpayer base. Government makes more money, and also destroys the nuclear family, right? The mother's no longer influencing and raising the kids directly. Now they're being indoctrinated into a state-sponsored school, right? So fast forward, 40 years now, and a feminist is someone who doesn't need a man. And this whole doesn't need a man thing. Okay, great. You might not need a man to be happy. You might not need a man to support your career. You might not need a man to pay your bills. I get it. But who built the roads you drive on? Who wired your house? Who is maintaining the electrical grid, right? Who is cleaning out the sewer systems? Who is laying the bricks that's going to, be your next apartment? Who is fixing your car? Men literally run the infrastructure of the world. And if you're walking around in this I don't need a man mindset, you just imagine the world without men in one day. There'd be like, what, 4 mechanics out there. I mean, it's the whole... You could do what?
We can do that too.
Honey...
Man can do whatever man can do, women can do.
All right, so you should be drafted when there's a war, right? And you should be put into the military and marched up front and expected to be shot at and kill people, right? While your men stay home and raise the children. That's the other thing, war. It's just like, oh, well, we're all fine with men going to like die in wars, like millions and millions of men dying in wars, blah, blah, blah. Feminism is an illusion. It's not a big part of Philippines culture. The Philippines culture has been matriarchal, and it's still more of a traditional value. Just check these notes here. Have you ever friend swapped when you liked the friend over the original girl? Damn, that's a good question.
Good.
It is a good question. Because a lot of Filipinos, when they go on dates, are like, can I bring my cousin? Can I bring my friend? All right, one time, it almost happened. When I first came back to the Philippines, I met a really cute girl that I liked, and she brought her sister, and we had a wonderful day together, and the sister and I just totally gelled. Now, I was much more attracted to the girl that I kind of invited, but I gelled better with the sister. And after some time, I ended up being friends with the sister and not being friends with the girl I dated. But nothing ever really came out of it except, some very basic friendship. Trying to think, I've never actually had a second date with a girl that brought a friend on the first date. And I haven't dated extensively, like, looking for dates, lining up dates in a lot of years. And it's changed in the last couple of years. So, I mean, the question was, does vulnerability amplify attraction? In other words, is a woman that's a little more soft or submissive or traditional or willing to not try and take that alpha role create more of a pair bonding experience wherein the partner truly, like a male, truly wants to care for and take care of and die for the woman? Because, like, when the mugger jumps out, it's very unlikely the woman's going to step in front of the man and be like, baby, it's okay, I'll protect you. Like, when the gun comes out or when the dude breaks into the house, it's the man that goes down, and deals with it. So the social media's illusionary validation. All right, let me see if I can do this new fancy schmancy screen swap thing without putting like a million screens up. Give me a minute. How does this work? Mac OS screen. All right, yeah, it worked. So this is just up for background. There's a lot of new videos up and a couple more coming out from that Thailand trip. It was just out of control. Thailand was amazing, and I've been listening to a lot of the Single at 40 podcasts. This is what I'm bringing up here. The interesting thing about the Single at 40 podcast is this working? It's not working yet because I haven't done this. I don't even know if that's working. Yeah, now it's working. The interesting thing about the Single at 40 podcast is they talk about a lot of this in a different way. So I just watched their recent podcast, the Angeles City Backlash, and they were talking about the whole Instagram phenomenon, which is about what we're going to get into. So let me just kill this real quick. My take on it is it's illusionary. It's an illusionary validation, right? And the whole thing that I mean about that is transition. It's supposed to transition. There we go. What I mean about that is you've got these women on social media, on Snapchat, on TikTok, on Instagram is the bad one, wherein they're the beauty filters, right? The likes, they're tying all this into their self-worth. And this is another reason why girls don't do video calls to verify anymore, because they know that when they get on the video call, even though there are apps now that allow you to filter your live video calls, they know they're just not going to measure up to their filtered photos. So I had a friend, he says, when girls wear makeup, they're lying. I'm like, okay, I get it.
Not true.
Not true, huh?
It's just some girls like to wear makeup, and some girls shy about their blemishes. That's the thing about Filipino women.
Alright, so you're shy about your blemishes, so you're covering them up. That would be like me being shy about my pot belly and wearing a compression shirt.
I keep telling you this.
Come on.
We Filipino has our main insecurity is our skin.
I'm just saying, you're covering it up, alright? You're putting on a mask. Whether that's a makeup mask or a filter, okay?
That doesn't mean it's fake.
It is fake.
Lie.
It's not what you look like when you wake up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning and I look at you, I'm thinking, oh, damn, she's beautiful. But
I will wear makeup every night.
yeah, right. She almost never wears makeup. She used to wear a ton of it, and it was cool. It was fun and all.
Jeez, that's when I started doing the tutorial.
But then she just...
I don't like.
Now she barely puts any on. Where was I? All right, so what we need to do, this emergency 911, this Philippines thing, like, I want to keep getting back to it. Like, you got to decouple that online attention from the real world social capital, the real world social skills. These are women that don't know how to talk to you, don't know how to flirt with you, don't know how to sit in a restaurant without looking at their phone. When they chat, it's like 2-3 word sentences if you're lucky. They're not working. They're looking for support, or even if they're not looking for support, they're too busy to even deal with you. They're looking for that. They're looking for the whale to surface, right? The guy that's going to be like, "Hey, look, I'll fly you to Dubai. You know, come live in my mansion with me." Like, they're not in the real world. They're at the point where they're like, girlfriends are like, "Oh no, we're in college and we're on some website, and the only time we go out is if guys pay us to go out." And guys are now getting to the point where they're enabling these girls, and it's mostly young girls, college girls or girls that don't have anything better to do. They're literally enabling them to demand a payment for a date. And that is a problem. That is Thailand level shit. Because in Thailand, a lot of girls work in the bars. They might be bar girls. And if you pay a bar fine in Thailand, the girl gets none of that. So you pay the bar fine, she gets nothing. Whereas here in the Philippines, the woman at least gets a cut of the bar fine. In some areas of the Philippines, you pay the bar fine, you get the girl for the whole night. That's your deal. And if you have a good time and you had fun, like, you might give her a tip. But in Manila, it's not only the bar fine, it's then you got to pay the girl for whatever you decide to get into. Check the comments right here. I'm from Brooklyn. Coming to the Philippines in a few months. Appreciate your channel. Oh, yeah, thank you, Lewis. You're welcome. I'm glad to hear you appreciate it. The Instagram filters are, they're fierce, man. Cute Filipina from the province. She's never asked me for anything. Also, I've never gave her a red cent. So, the province Filipinas are the way to go. That I got lucky, I met a girl that had just come from the province and hadn't really been corrupted by Manila. And it was also years ago, before this new cultural thing has taken off. And I say cultural in the sense that it's a very new Gen Z thing where the transactional expectation is beyond even reasonable. Like, what's reasonable is I'll take you out for a coffee date and buy you coffee. Or you know what, let me send you a Grab. Get in the taxi, come to the coffee date, I'll buy you coffee, and then send you home. That's reasonable, okay? What's not reasonable is I got to send you money to verify that you're who you say you are on a video call, pay for you to come there, pay you to spend time with me, and then pay you to go home. It's like, no, this is ridiculous. Just checking these comments. The Knicks game probably cut into your live stream tonight. Oh, that's a good point, because I never even look at any broadcasting issues. A lot of my subscribers are from the US, but a lot of them are from Australia, a lot of them are from Europe, a lot of them are from Dubai. I got guys all over the world watching the stream. Although chances are, US programming could be cutting into the stream. Actually, believe it or not, today is just a test. It's a test of this new OBS system. I wanted to see if I could schedule the stream through OBS. I can't. I can only go live through OBS. It's going to be a quick stream. Like I said, it's just a test. But thanks for bringing that up. It's a good point. I don't follow sports, but it's probably good not to broadcast when people are watching sports. interpersonal skills, that's the other thing. Like, the over reliance on the direct messages, right? The swipes left, swipe right, it really degrades your live flirting, your eye contact, your conversational nuance. Like, it's unbelievable how difficult it is to have a conversation with someone. And what I found now is that every interaction online is a sentence at best, and some of those sentences are 2 to 4 words, and a lot of those words are abbreviated, like LOLs and stuff, and it's ridiculous. So I have a friend. Let's just say he does a thing called Rent a Girlfriend, right? And he was able to do it on a monthly basis, and it was at a price that was reasonable for him, and for what he was getting, it seemed like a pretty good bargain. And it basically boiled down to 2, maybe 3 dates a week, where he had to take her out, give her the whole date treatment, the whole night treatment. He could get what he wanted before or after the date, and then there was the stipend. So I said, okay, I get it. It's essentially your sugar baby, but why do you think it's only 2 or 3 nights a week if you're basically supporting her? Because the other 2 or 3 nights a week, she's doing it with some other dude. And the 3 months you're not in the Philippines, or the 6 months you're not in the Philippines, you think she's just waiting for you to come back? No, she's got another 2 or 3 guys lined up that are paying her the same amount or more, and she's always pushing them to pay more. And if she gets someone that pays more when you come back, why is she going to go with you if she's got guys that are paying more? Because you've got a hard cutoff limit. And I am telling you that this girl, is only a matter of time before she gets on the, oh, sorry, it's $5K a date train, Now, the only thing I can tell you is the only reason they're getting away with it is because they're being enabled to get away with it. If that's your thing, and you got money to burn, and you don't want to deal with them, and you don't want to meet the family, and you don't want to court, hey, look, more power to you. But you are enabling the destruction of the Gen Z Pinay cultura. I am telling you straight up, it is horrible out there. And what's going to happen to these girls when they're 30, right? No one is going to pay $5K to take some 30-year-old out when they can pay $7K to take a 19-year-old out, because it's going to keep getting more expensive, right? And they're definitely not going to be married, because they're going to be ruined by the time they're 30, right? Their social skills are already atrocious, even though they're in college. They might be able to write a paper, but they can't have a conversation. Let me just check these comments here. So Lewis, yeah, she might be the real deal, and you might have found a diamond in the rough. If I were you, I would think about having a consultation with me and discussing some of those details. I've been here a long time, and I thought I found my diamonds in the rough too. This is somebody's waking up over here.
Hello, I have filter.
Oh, she has a filter now. Yeah, it's called I Just Woke Up filter. She hasn't even washed her face. Yeah, Lewis, man, like, you gotta vet her, and the vetting process is brutal.
7K ain't
Hold on.
even.
Question is, 700,000 enough for 2 to 3 month trip? Possibly live in PH and work remote. So what? 700,000 pesos. For 3 months. So you're talking what? 200,000 pesos a month. That's what? 4,000 a month.
It depends.
2,000 a month is plenty. 2,000 US a month. So that's going to be, that's going to be 100,000. So 300,000 should do it. So I'd say 700,000 has got you completely covered for 3 months.
Unless if it's going to Google Bar.
Hey
overnight.
Ramon, how you doing, man? Right, yeah. If you go nuts, man. If you go nuts and you're living in high-end condos and you're doing go-go bars every night, and you're a dumbass in the go-go bar, or your VIP table every weekend, like that's gonna stack up. But if you're here to vet your girl and like hit a couple of nice islands and live pretty low key, Yeah, that's gonna be fine for you.
Go hiking, go to the beach. It's good.
500K a month is normal now just for living in the Philippines? Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. It's way too high. Depends on where you're living. If you're living in BGC and balling, yeah, you could spend 500K a month. I was gonna say, I don't think I spend. I don't spend 500K a year on rent. So I don't know where that number's coming from.
We spend what, like 120 a year?
Yeah,
120.
yeah. Our rent is like 120,000 a year, maybe a year. Uh, yeah. If you're in the province, man, you're gonna be fine. And but just don't be rolling around with 700,000 in cash in the province. You know? uh, Philippines versus Thailand. I'm torn. Well, Philippines versus Thailand is a torn discussion. And I'm publishing a lot of videos between Philippines and Thailand and have in the past. And the question becomes, what do you want out of your trip? Okay. Do you want an international level city with first class amenities and more options than you could possibly check in a month? Do you want the best sky bars in the world? Do you want to be able to puff, smoke it legally on the street? Do you want to vape? Because vaping is illegal in Thailand, 2 years in jail. You like shisha? Psh, illegal in Thailand, 2 years in jail. But weed, yeah, you can smoke it up all you want. If you don't care about weed or vapes or shisha, or just, then maybe the Philippines. Booze is expensive in Thailand. Rent is cheap. Rent could be more expensive in Manila. Booze is cheap. Girls speak English in the Philippines. They don't in Thailand. Hey, buy yourself a Babelfish ear translator. You can get by. You want 100% straight up transactional? Definitely Thailand. You want the opportunity to meet a nice, traditional, wonderful girl and just date one girl while your whole trip? Philippines.
You want one man smile every day? Philippines.
I don't know, man. I don't blow 500K a month, and we go out a lot. Uh,
Did you eat?
yeah, thanks. Yeah, be realistic with the dating expectations and not fall for the first girl you see. Uh, I don't know about that, man. When I first came to the Philippines, I fell for the first girl. She was amazing. She was funny. She was amazing. I was crazy about her. She's the reason why I decided to come and stay in the Philippines.
Yeah,
She was smart. She was funny. Yeah, well, that was the weird part. Now, it didn't end up working out because of religion, and I didn't understand that at the time. So maybe that ends up being good advice. But I'm happy I met her. It was like the happiest 2 years of my life up to that point. She was great. But if I'd have known what I know now about her religion, then I probably wouldn't have gotten in so deep with her. So maybe don't fall for the first girl you see. Unless she just rings all your bells, and then go for it. You only live once. And this is again where I was talking about those single at 40 guys. Like, God, what was he just saying today? They just changed their channel too. Make it count. Make it count. That's his new thing, right? And like, I 100% agree with that. Like, I really do. Booze isn't expensive in Thailand. Only if you go to the beer bars. You can get a big beer for 40 baht. Yeah, I mean, it's not like you can't find places to buy cheap booze in Thailand. I'm just saying, in general, if you go out drinking and it's like party night, you're going to pay more on average for alcohol in Thailand than you will in the Philippines. Traffic is nuts in Manila. Well, traffic is nuts in Thailand too. It's just Thailand has better transportation infrastructure. That's the other thing. Thailand is huge and spread out, but you can get around it. Whereas Manila, you're going to be in pockets. Like if you're in Makati, you're in Makati. And you're not going to Quezon City. Or you're not going to Ortigas. Not that you can't. It's either BGC or Makati, and you're kind of bouncing between the two, or you're in Quezon City and you're staying in Quezon City. The infrastructure. What?
My bell pepper is growing now.
Oh, finally.
Alright, I'm gonna make something for myself. Good luck, baby.
Thanks.
Enjoy.
All right, let's get back to this list here. My point is this, guys. The emergency 911 Philippines thing, don't enable them, okay? Like, you're really just, you're ruining it for just about everybody. At least the guys that live here that aren't, like, with a solid girl. And you're ruining it for the girls because, think about it. If you start your relationship in a transactional manner, it's very, very unlikely that you are going to make this girl your own, right? So even if you're with her for a couple of years and providing for her needs, whatever you want to call it, right? At some point you're going to be like, you know what, I found someone younger, hotter, and then she's history. And now she's pushing, 30 and she's expired and now she's got nothing. Well, yeah, maybe she had a college degree, but that's becoming next to worthless nowadays. Like with a college degree, you might be able to get a call center job here, which is about the best paying job you can get. They pay better than nursing jobs, in some case doctors. I couldn't believe what my vet girls were making. Your feminist mindset, that's the reason why guys are just leaving America and looking for women in the Philippines or Thailand for that matter, or maybe Vietnam, I don't know. You don't want to bring feminism to the Philippines. You don't want the feminist mindset to sink in here. You don't want that, hidden cost of filter fame, that, dinner becoming a down payment event. You don't want that. I don't want that. I know a lot of guys don't want that. I know a lot of guys are leaving Thailand because they don't want that. Between the erosion of interpersonal skills and the rise of transactional expectations, like it's changed. And not only has it changed a lot in the last 10 years, it's changed a lot since lockdown, and it's changed a lot in the last year. So guys that were here a year ago, yeah, it's going to be different this year. Let me scroll through a couple of my notes here. So it's pretty common. Like Asia has a transparent exchange, like Thailand and the Philippines, transactional companionship, it's acknowledged up front. The question becomes, how far are you willing to take it? Because they're going to keep asking for more to get less, at least in Manila, at least for the young ones, at least the college age girls, the ones that are a little older, the ones that understand the concept that they're expiring, the ones that might have one kid, like they are definitely in it for like a real foreigner, like a real relationship, like I don't want to mess around, I don't want to get an STD, I don't want all the craziness. Alright, let's take another look at another one. Hello everyone, I'm May, 33 years old, looking for a long-term relationship. Okay, we get a lot of that on the dating sites. I just graduated in college with your IT degree. Wait, you're 33 and you just graduated college with an IT degree? You sure you don't mean an IT certification? I have a son named whatever, he is whatever years old. I date to marry, I have my passport, I'm willing to relocate, only want serious men. Okay, so that's significant, okay? A female that has a passport, well, is different than a female that has a visa. So, a lot of Filipinos actually do have passports. Whether or not they'll get a visa to go along with it is questionable. Even countries where they don't need a visa, Philippines won't let them fly out. Like, unless they have a sponsor, they're not going anywhere. Unless they have property here or X amount of money in the bank or a note from their employer that says I've worked here 10 years and I'm coming back. Let me just check some notes here. If Manila had Bangkok transportation, it would be a game changer. I agree. I mean, they're trying to put in a subway, and then I heard that just got canceled. Uh, the SkyTrain has just been on deck forever. Um, you know what? If Manila legalized the puff puff, then that would be the game changer. I guarantee you that. Uh, yeah, I mean, Lewis, not every girl's gonna ask you for money. Like I've dated girls in the Philippines that had, more money than I was making at the time. Now, when I say making, uh, I meant like coming in. Um, a lot of my income is reciprocal. A lot of it is uh, uh, I can't touch it, and it's set up that way. You don't want to come to the Philippines and be like, "Hey, yeah, let's. I got $1 million. Let's have fun." It's like no, put that in a trust. Make sure you can't get your own money. I guarantee you, there have been times where I would have dipped into that money if it was available to me. And in hindsight, if I had done that, I'd have kicked myself for doing it. Yeah, I don't even know where that is, Lois. But if it's in Mindanao, you might want to start reconsidering, or at least have a solid conversation with me about the region. I call them the Save Me Filipina over 30 divorce with a kid. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's not real. That's not unreal. But trust me, I've dated old, like close to 30. I've never really been able to date over 30, at least successfully. My second girlfriend here had a beautiful daughter. I loved her to death. I was trying to adopt her. I wanted to marry her. Like she was my life. I raised her for 3 years. I love that little Filipino child. Taught her English, taught her karate, put her to school, like everything, anything for that kid. I'm not saying it can't work. Didn't really work with the mom, but that's me. This isn't going to be too long today. Again, I was just saying this is the test for the OBS broadcast system. In the event I want to share videos or share screens or share pictures and stuff, I can do that now. Uh, I think a lot of these girls have an issue with their mental health and their mindset. Okay, so this chase for digital validation, like the IG likes, the you got to pay me for my time kind of shit, it contributes to anxiety and depression. It really erodes their self esteem, and, and and they become addicted to it. So like even if they meet a guy, like science will tell you, oh, it's the dopamine hit, right? Oh, I got 5,000 likes, bing, 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 bing. It's like getting a shot every time. Dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. Whoa, I feel great. If they're not getting that digital validation, right? Now they're becoming anxious. They're becoming depressed. What's wrong with me? What happened? I got to post more. I got to do this more. I got to, find other means for attention. It's almost that classic narcissism element where like if someone's not feeding their attention, then they're moving on and looking for something else. And that isn't just interaction. That's sexually too. Uh, you know, it, I am telling when I say emergency 911 Philippines, I am telling you that sowing the seeds for this will destroy Gen Z, and who knows what's happening for the next generation. I mean, most of the girls that I hang out with now are like definitely over 25. Uh, they're still not quite 30. They're in that like 25 to 29 age range. Maybe one or two are 30 or 31. One or two are like 22 or 23. But like I'm getting older. My girl's getting older. I mean, she's still a kid, but but the friends are getting older too. The circle is getting a little older. We always have, you know, young people kind of cycling in, but the girls, I think a lot of them that are pushing 30 or pushing mid 20s are starting to realize I will expire, and that's probably because they're hanging around with guys like me that tell them get your ass in gear. Uh, but the young ones just have no concept of that. Like, again, you should go on the dating site. Their profile is like, "Can you spoil me?" And that's it. That's their whole profile. It's either date to marry, I'm super religious, or, you know, I have needs, spoil me. What do we got? Do I have another good one here? Oh, this one's good. This one's great. Uh, I'm 37. My dream boy height is 5'11" and up. All right, I'm out. I mean, about my height, I'm only 5'5". I'm a Libra. You must be a good man, intelligent and smart, loyal and good provider, family oriented, have emotional intelligence, which means caring, loving, understanding. Oh, and sorry, boys, you got to be God fearing and honest. All right? You got to be calm, ready to settle down, and no woman on his social account. Sorry, you can't have any women on your social accounts. You can't be an attention seeker to different women. And, but if you want me to delete my account, then I will if you stand your promise. Now, guys, I grew up as a farmer, so I like planting plants and taking care of pets and animals. I love shopping and traveling. My big wish is to travel to other countries. Wow. That is a 37-year-old that knows what she wants. More power to you, honey. You sound like a nightmare. And again, like, this might be a woman that doesn't need your money, that doesn't need your, you know, support, but she's going to make you insane. I'm working on a project now where, like, I'm telling guys, I'm like, look, you gotta like be solid, right? You gotta be strong. You gotta, not be cowed. You gotta throw down. You gotta be hard. You gotta put in the time, the dedication, all this stuff, right? I'm working with this guy on this project, and I just started thinking about it, and I'm like, you can talk all you want, but like, what if this dude has a, I have like some shoulder inflammation, it hurts, right? Or what if this dude has like a hip flexor issue? Because like I did for years, and I rehabbed it, and it wasn't easy. And what if he's married to a shrew? That's the worst part, right? You're trying to get your life together. You're trying to inspire yourself. You're trying to be disciplined, and you're just married to like the shrewiest shrew from hell. Like, that's going to suck the life out of you. Like that could be a whole new YouTube channel, married to a shrew. Jesus Christ, like, hold on. You should be good in latte, man. Yeah, like ridiculous shit to their dating bios. I copied a bunch of them. I read a few in the beginning of the thing. Let's see what else I got here. So, like, really, has Instagram killed traditional femininity? And in a lot of ways, I would say Instagram has killed it. It was killed long before Instagram came along, but Instagram has not helped. Instagram gives women a false sense of validation and a false sense of value. And it also gives them access, and this is what the Single 40 guys were saying in their recent podcast. It gives them access to literally to millionaires all over the world that they just simply wouldn't have had 5 or 10 years ago. For work, almost family. What advice do you have for a good time? Do you do meetups if I pay VIP table? Expat for Dream. Yeah, check the links in my video description. You can contact me and I'll get you set up with all that. I used to travel here for work. That's what brought me to the Philippines. So I would travel here for a month, 4 times a year. So quarterly, I come here for a month, and a week is like, I mean, you can go nuts in a week, but like it's barely scratching the surface. And I think when I came here, God, that was 2012. So that was a long time. I can't even do the math. What, it's 2025? So that was 13 years ago. I was I? No, I couldn't have been that old. I was older than you when I first came here. Let's just say that. I always meet up with channel members, and if channel members want to go out, like it's always expenses on them, whether it's a VIP table or just dive bars. I don't really care. Uh, there's fun to be had all over Makati. Yeah, like just check out the last 10 of the last videos I published in the last year. Um, Online job. Any advice? You, no, it's freelancing, man. It's all freelancing now. It's freelancing or continuing revenue streams. Like, put up a product that someone's going to continue to purchase that can add like evergreen value, or create content that has value. You want to be able to. You want to. It's hard to get a really solid online gig. Usually, it's a lot of freelancing. It's a lot of fencing for jobs. I mean, I do consulting. I've been in the business a long time. Uh, I've been running call center operations for big companies for 12 years here. Guys that are coming here to start businesses, start call centers, or just having issues with their call centers. They're like, I don't understand why, my data shows this, but raw data shows that, and I don't understand why they're reporting this when raw data shows that, and like it's a whole nother world here. Not only did I run operations here for large BPOs, I ran them offshore, and then I ran them here, right? So there's a big difference. And then what you do is you realize, well, you have to do both. And then at some point you realize that's the best you can do unless you're here full time. And then I ended up actually doing that. I ended up retiring from the U.S. corporate company and then getting a job directly with a Filipino company, still a U.S. company, but their Filipino like branch. And I got hired simply like a Filipino, so I had to go through the same process, the same, BPI, the same blood tests, the same, clearances, the same, it's everything. Like, it was ridiculous the amount of requirements just to get a job here. And the amount of how different it was. Like, once you get in as a local, you get a whole nother level of insight why foreign clients or foreign managers or offsite investors have issues with the call centers here, because they have an incredibly different bottom line for their employees, their personnel, and their profit margin than what you think they have, because you're running a business. Like, you're not running your business like they're running their business. That's all I have to say. Yeah, Jet, man, that was what I did, bro. Like, I was pretty. I don't consider myself middle aged. Like, I have a whole ageless body, timeless mind thing. So I would say I retired young, and it was a frightening proposition, and it was a risky proposition, and I did that whole you only live once ideal, and I'm glad I did it, especially because of the global tyranny, the global lockdowns, the pending Agenda 2030, the stuff I can't actually talk about on this channel because I already got smacked down for it. Yeah, like you got to get that. You got to plant the seeds and get in motion now if you want that to be your life. Lewis wants to go to Club Royal. Yeah. Oh, dude, I just spent this last weekend, like, oh, I won't publish the video for a while because I got a bunch of stuff from Thailand I got to get out, but fucking place is nuts, man. We were blowing up Octopus and Royal this last weekend. Well, I should post it for you guys. That's what I should do. I should show you just for you guys, just on the stream. Alright, give me a minute. This is unprecedented. I never share the stuff except with channel members. But it was just so bummed. I haven't even tagged it or put in any thumbnails or done anything. I just edited it. Alright, that's the link. Let's find my channel here. This is a special for you guys today. You want to see how bumping Royal and Octopus is? This was like 2 days ago. It's in the sidebar. Links in the sidebar. Yeah, that's your sneak peek, man. Hip hop's a tall order in frickin' Philippines. Although they had a good hip hop DJ dude going down at Apoteca last Thursday night. Time's at 9:47. How long's this stream been going? I got a full day ahead. It's gym as usual. I gotta go to immigration, which is actually should be pretty smooth. I gotta do some shopping and I got some work to do. So the interesting thing, immigration has changed. So I'm waiting for certain types of paperwork to come through, and while I do wait for this visa that's taking forever, I have to keep going back there and be like, oh yeah, I'm here with my fiance kind of thing, and they're like, oh, where's your fiance? Oh, is this your fiance? Oh, I need to see her ID. I need to see a certificate of cohabitation. I need to see, like, they are really cracking down on guys that have been here for a while. Hell yeah, Secret Door's still open. I was in there not only Friday night, but Saturday night. Check that video link I just posted. You see how freaking bomb and nuts it is, man. I've been to Cebu, and I've shot a bunch of videos there. I have a whole Visayas playlist up on the channel. Thank you for mentioning that. I haven't been there in a while, though. One crazy night. Why not? Yeah, we do one crazy night at least once a week. I had a great, crazy weekend, and if you check that link I just posted in the sidebar, you'll see. We don't usually go hard like that both nights of the weekend unless it's channel member tours kind of thing, or not even channel members, just someone books a tour, like we'll take them out. And most guys can't go that hard that long, but some guys can. If we just go out, it won't be like that. Like, we'll go out, we'll play some pool. Even if we end up staying out late, like, it's not like hardcore like that. Let me just check these messages real quick. I actually have something lined up for tonight. Yeah, no, hold on a sec. It's never ending here. I'm supposed to go live twice a month. I want to be able to set up a day and a time to do it. For a while, it was Wednesday. Now it seems to be Thursday. My metrics seem to say Friday's a better day to go live. But today, some guy was saying, look, you might not want to go live when like there's a big basketball game or a big football game or something. I'm like, yeah, that's smart too. So I really, need to do a little research and gather some data on what's the best time to go live and how the best time to disseminate that information is. I mean, there's a whole community tab list on my profile, and when I go live, I try to post there. But if you don't have the bell turned on or whatever, you're not gonna know. You don't have to be a baller to hang, man. Like some nights we just go super chill. Uh, you know, most of the time we don't even go out anymore unless it's like a tour. I got a guy that wants to go out this weekend and he wants it to be chill. And I told him he's thinking about moving from Buddha to Manila. I'm like, all right, I'll show you all the spots. We were literally going to do a walking tour of the entire area. And like then we'll also bar crawl. Like we'll stop in, grab a beer here, grab a drink there, and then eventually end up at a club because I got some other guys out. They invited me out, so you know. Pool spot on Burgos, the one near Pasha. Well, the one across the street that has pool tables is called Al Tarbouche, and they do good Turkish restaurant in there. Not that Pasha isn't great Turkish. What the hell happened to the stream? All right, hold on. The one right across from Pasha that used to have two pool tables is called O'Reilly's. Now they only have one pool table. You're thinking of a place called Luffy's. It's on the other side. It's not on the Burgos side, and they are closed. They were open for a while, but they are now closed. And I was a little surprised to see that. It looked good, but I think it's because it's getting more expensive. When we go and we play pool by the hour, we actually go somewhere over here in Taguig. It's near Taguig, Pateros, and I think we pay 150 pesos an hour to play pool, which is pretty cheap. That's $3 an hour. But if you go to Makati to play pool in any of those pool houses now, I think it's 600 or 700 an hour, and that's like 12 to 14 bucks, which is a little more expensive, I think. Never used to be that. It might have used to be $6. And then of course you've got, spots where you can just like sign up to get on the table. That's why I go to Lips. You can play at Lips. They don't have a full size table. So you go to a place like Al's Sports Bar, the new spot, Lucky Al's Hideout. You can get on a table there, or H&J has tables, but sometimes they have tournaments. You can't get on the tables. And then there's always Handlebar. Handlebar has 2 tables, I think. There's places to play. Well, I feel like I covered the topic tonight. The topic was essentially emergency 911 Philippines. Don't enable. Don't enable. All right, I get it. You want your pay-to-play girlfriend. Okay, go get a bar girl. Like, work the traditional scene. But don't snag these girls out of college and, like, pay them some ridiculous stipend so they can like be your pretend girlfriend for a month or 2 months or whatever, and then you're setting this expectation, and you're literally you're also setting, like, I feel like it's destroying the culture. Like, the thing that was wonderful about the Philippines, the thing that I loved about my first girlfriend here 12 years ago was the culture, was her femininity, not her feminism. Her value was, she was like, she wouldn't ask for money. She was proud. She had her own job. She was working in this great call center. She managed her finances. The most she ever let me do was like take her to Palawan, like I would be like, I want to go on vacation. Let's just do vacation. I'm paying for vacation. It's easy. Like, don't worry about it. Just get on the plane. Let's have fun. there's still girls like that out there. There's still girls that don't want you for money. They want you for partnership. And then, of course, and then she's not here, but she'd validate it. Mixed babies. We always talk about mixed babies. Mixed babies is a Philippines thing. Filipinos want mixed babies, mixed with foreigner, or what they call white babies. But I don't think that they even care what color the mix is as long as it's mixed. TJ Sweet Daddy, you're in the house. What's up, man? Right above 7-Eleven on Peterborough Street. Oh, that's dude, that place is old, man. I have a friend that actually owns a condo in there. Uh, you're going to you might not mind. You might have a thick skin, but you cannot go in and out of that spot without being harassed for a massage, because there's a massage. One of those condos in there is a massage spa. They've converted it into a massage spa, and all the girls hang out front. And I'm told that it's not the most they don't have the most integrity of massage spas. It's not like a chain, like what's the one that I like, Nuat Thai, where you go in and it's all aromatherapy and everything's above board and everything's professional. Like it's like a scam you massage spot. And there's going to be beggars outside that 7-Eleven 24/7. Yeah, it's centrally located, but you could stay 2 blocks down and have a nice pool and be centrally located. Like I'll give you an example. For what it's called. It's called. I always forget the name of it. I'll send it to you later. Uh, let's see what else you got here. The balcony overlooking people. The fact that guests are no problem and have their karaoke machine. So guests are no problem in, 8 out of 10 hotels in Manila. The only time you run into guests being a problem is your Airbnbs, and you can always just make sure that there's no problem by communicating properly with the host. Uh, yeah, the values don't really exist in Manila anymore. It's become more pay to play unless you live here. That's very true. Like the girls, and like a lot of the girls, especially like some of the quality girls, are more like they just don't want short time. Like they're like, look, if you're not living here and you're not going to be like my boyfriend and you're not going to be like dating me, I don't want anything to do with you. The only time you're going to find the quality girls is if you're going to be there for them, and they don't want short time. So I would say that's good, but those aren't the young girls. Like the young girls, they'll just sell out. Like they don't know any better. They're being told by their older sisters or their friends that had made some money or whatever. Like, oh no, don't do it like that. Do it like this. Just fleece the guy. Like just tell him, sure, I'd love to go out with you, but I'm not for free. And they'll be like, how much? And you'll be like 5,000. And like some guys will be like, okay. And then like they take the girl out and it's 5,000 and they pay for everything. And then she's like, okay, I have to go home now. And he's like, what? I thought I paid you. It's like, yeah, you paid me to go out and have drinks. Oh, you mean you thought you were paying me for sex? No, you got to go get a bar girl for that. Like, or you got to pay me another 10,000. Like these girls are brutal now. Like they know they're playing you. Tokens is still only 400. That's not bad. That's what, like $7.5. Lubdi is nice. When I lived in the province and I had to come into Manila for like an overnight or for my work permit or whatever, like I would stay at Lubdi and I would stay in one of those little private rooms. Lubdi is really nice. It's small. It's nothing fancy. It's a decent location. They got a little restaurant up there. It's pretty new too. Uh, oh yeah, KC. Yeah, I saw that. Thanks. Uh, Gramercy is very popular Airbnb location. None of the guys that have stayed there in the last year have given me any indication that there's a problem with guests in Gramercy. I mean, they have high security, and it can be hassle to sign them in and sign them out and all that stuff, but no problem getting them in. And Gramercy's, I mean, it's old now, but it's still nice. I still know a lot of guys that stay there. Hey, Guam's in the house. Hey, Frankie, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining. The Lub D is dope. They allow guests in the private room. Yeah, of course. Although there was some limitation in there. Like the guest has to be in before 10 p.m. And if it's an overnight guest, there could be a charge. But if you're staying with your girlfriend, then you're renting a two-person occupancy room anyway, so it doesn't matter. This is the thing I tell guys all the time. When you book your room, whether it's an Airbnb or a hotel, always book for two-person occupancy. That way, you're like, look, I booked for two people. I'm person one. This is person two. Let's go. Uh, there definitely was a limitation on Love D's guest policy a couple years back. They might have changed it. Um, but if you're there solo or you're there with your girl, it won't be a problem. If you want to eat good drinks and have a rock star night, I'm your man. If you want to send, it's gonna pay. You be gone. What? Yeah, I'm not sure I get that, DJ, but you're basically saying if for a girl, if you take her out and she wants to have a good time, like on the town, you're all good. But if she wants something, if you want to send, I don't know what that means. It's gonna pay you be gone. So if she's saying if you got to pay her on top of the good time, she should be gone. Yeah, that's my point. That's what I'm telling guys. Like, if these girls like some girls are like, yeah, like let's meet for a coffee date. Um, and she's like, no, I want dinner and flowers. They're like, well, yeah, I want a Hummer in the car before you go in for dinner. Like, you're not gonna get what you want, honey, and it's not all about what you want. It's like, show me your value before you start demanding shit. Like, that's the thing. It's like, when did dinner become a down payment transaction? Like, where's my down payment, honey? Like, you know, I'll bill you my corporate rate. So I was chatting with my friend earlier, and he was saying like, you're insane if you'd pay a girl to date you, and I'm like, check out Thailand, man. Like, you can't go out with a girl unless you're paying for her time. And here's the other thing, like, you're paying for her time. She think you're the only one. Why do you think she's only available 2 or 3 nights a week? I have something set up on Discord, but I don't do any business or any chatting or anything like that. Think I should look into it? So, DJ, what Jet's saying, man, he's like, I'm telling you, like these girls are outside that hotel all the time, and it gets old, man. It gets old. City Garden Grand, St. Giles is the one I was thinking of, DJ. Uh, and Oxford Makati or I Am Hotel. City Garden Grand, I Am Hotel, or you're never gonna have a problem there. Yeah, you know what? Oxford, never had a problem there. And St. Giles, I've never had a problem there. Um, well, I was telling my friend earlier, I'm like, bro, like, not only do you not know what she's doing when she's not with you, or, but you think like the deal that you arranged last year is going to fly this year. It's like, maybe, maybe if you guys really hit it off and you had a good time and she really likes you, that's fine. Because I have girls I take out all the time. I meet girls on dating sites. I'm like, look, here's the deal. We got a VIP tonight, or we got a yacht tour, or whatever. Like, come on out, join the party. You know, meet the guys, meet the girls. Are you fun? Are you staring at your phone all night long? We're basically vetting you. We're inviting you to a free VIP night. Eat, drink, dance. Bring a friend if she's cute. Look hot. Look classy. Let's have fun. And if the girls have fun, we invite them back. If they don't, we don't invite them back. Um, but we're inviting these girls out for like a 50,000 peso night, and they're like, yeah, well, can you pay for my taxi fare, or can you send me 200 pesos for a video call to verify that you're for real or whatever. It's like, no, honey, if you can't get your ass to the club and drink and eat for free and have a good time and meet my boys, then we don't want anything to do with you. And I've had girls that did the same thing. I'm like, oh, you want me to bring one of my girlfriends? I'm like, yeah. Well, they're like, how much? I'm like, how much what? They're like, well, how much are you going to pay us? I'm like, I'm not paying you anything. I'm giving you a free night out. Not just a free night out, it's a VIP night out. Or you know what? Because we want to get like a couple of girls on this yacht, next month, and we're doing this yacht tour, and we're looking for girls that like are really into it, and they're like, oh, that would be great, but I'm not for free. And it's like, okay, well, no one's paying you shit, honey. No one's trying to get inside your pants, honey. Like, it's called creating a buzz. We want to have a good time. We want to take you out. We want it to be an energy scene, an energy vibe scene. Like that. I posted that link. It's a preview link. I normally wouldn't do that. But guys were asking about Royal, and I'm just like, you want to see how bomb it is? We were in there last weekend. Scroll up in the chat. Look for the link I posted. Click on that video, and you'll see. When we bring the girls out, they have a great time, and so do we. It's a wonderful, high energy, super vibe night. And the girls aren't like these young girls, these college girls, these support me girls, these pay for my date girls aren't even interested in a good, fun night out. They don't realize they're like, look, you want to meet that high value man? You want to socialize? You want to get in the right circle? Well, you've got to go out and meet these people. Otherwise, you're just going to keep meeting guys online. They're going to pay you until they're bored of you, and then they're going to start paying somebody else. And after a couple of years of that, and you're fatter, and you're not quite as hot, and your social skills are shit because you've never had to use them for anything except collecting money to fuck, you're going to be worth nothing. I'm like, come out, meet the crew, socialize, network, and maybe you'll meet a high value man. Because I get guys out all the time. Yeah, Ken, I don't know, hit me up on like Instagram or Twitter, or one of the links in my video description. There's contact information. I was on Discord because my friend is on Discord for some game. There's some online game they play, and I was joining them for a while, and oh, thanks, Ken. I'll check it. I'll check it later. Yeah, I Am Hotel. Actually, I Am Hotel is the best sky bar in the city. It's also the most expensive sky bar in the city. We were there 2 weeks ago. I have a video coming up on that. It's fucking 700 pesos for a beer. And they only had like 3 beers on the menu. That's what, 13 bucks for a beer? In Manila? That's insane. Uh, Lewis, man, I hear you, bro. Like, I've been here 12, 13 years now, and there's some wonderful Filipinos. Super humble, super appreciative, super beautiful, like, but very kind and simple. There's some great Filipinos here. I'm just saying, a lot of the girls that are here in Manila now, even the girls that come from good families, like, they're in college. Someone is paying for them to go to college. Good colleges. Some of them have cars. And they're still in this whole, oh, well, I'm 20 years old, and, well, I guess this guy wants to pay me, so I'm just going to go with him. Like, why would I go out with you when he's going to pay me? Oh, you want to go out with me? Okay, well, just pay me, because the other guy pays me. Do not perpetuate that mindset. If you do, you're ruining it for them and for you. It might be fun at first, And you might be like, oh, cool, I'm only here for a week, I'll just pay. But okay, great, you come for a week and you'll never come back and you paid and you had your fun and that happens. But if you're thinking of retiring here, if you want to move here, if you want to have a life here, like you're just making it worse for yourself in the long run. That's all I'm saying. You are turning the Philippines into Thailand, but into Thailand worse than Thailand because they speak English here. So they will be able to game you like the girls in Thailand can't game you. Hey, what's up, man? Wow, the Oracle of Manila. I like that. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart, man. Like, it's good to have a room safe. And the cocktails were average. They were. Like I like a drink. I don't often drink it. The Tom Collins, and like I'll tell you, they made a fantastic one at the the Spirit Library. They made a damn good one up at Manila House, and they made a barely average one at the IM Hotel, and that's ridiculous for the amount of money they charge. Like, yeah, like you can't start the relationship on transactional. So the other thing I think that women in this culture, I'm just looking at the time. I gotta end after this. The thing that women in this culture get that women in the West don't get, and this ties into the whole feminism thing, is that a woman in the Western world can use sex as a weapon. She can be like, you ain't getting none tonight. You're gonna be like that? See if you get some of this. Like, you've seen that shit a million times. They use sex as a weapon. They use sex as a tool. Here they don't do that. They can't do that because they know that as a foreigner, you are a commodity and you can walk out the door any time of day or night and get sex. Sex loses its power here as a bargaining chip because I hate to say it, it's free. And it's free all over the place. Like, I've got 3 girls on my, whether it's Instagram, WhatsApp, or Telegram, maybe a combination of all of it, right now, trying to get me out just to bang because they like my type. They like the rugged, sort of masculine, older male look. They like the buff kind of, manhandle you vibe. And they're just like, when are we going to bang? When are we going to smash? Like, that's it. And they're like, just get a cheap hotel room, give me 2 or 3 hours. Like, that's all they want. And they know I have a girl. Some of them even know my girl. They don't care. They want to smash. They like foreigners. And they like you. And that's the other thing. Like, so one of these girls, she was a 5K girl. She's like charging guys 5K just for a date. She's going out with one of my friends because she likes him. And now, granted, he's young, he's tall, he looks great, he's funny, he goes to nice places. And she's just like, I like you. Because he looks like, I don't know, her Netflix crush. So she doesn't charge him to go out with him because she likes him. If you attribute the value of money to sex, then sex can be used against you or leveraged against you for money. If you don't attribute sex to money, then they have no power over you whatsoever because you'll be like, oh, what? You want money for sex? I'm like, why would I pay you for something that's free? And they'll be like, yeah, well, mine is hotter than theirs. I'm like, well, I only have your word to take from it. And you know what? Sorry, honey, I got a date tonight. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Click. Like, I don't care what country you're from. or what culture you're from, when you tell a girl no, she's either okay with it or she's pissed. Like, and the ones that are okay with it, sometimes they're not, because it initiates an emotional response for them. They don't like rejection, so they're going to double down and try harder. Um, and a lot of times that's why I tell girls, like, they're like, sorry, I'm not for free. I'm like, well, that's okay, because I don't pay girls to spend time with me. Like, you want to spend time with me? You like me? That's great. Well, I really like you, so I'll only charge you 1,000. I'm like, well, you can't charge me anything, honey, because I don't pay people to spend time with me. So that's it. But no, I'm not saying I'm like, oh, like there've been times I'm like, what? You only want 1,000 pesos to hang out and smash? She'll be like, yeah. I'm like, all right, let's go. Obviously, you're not a professional hooker, honey. You know, you're just one of these capitalists, one of these opportunists. I call them opportunistic freelancers. They think, oh, he's a foreigner, he's going to pay. Oh, he's a foreigner, he has money. Oh, you have the magic money tree in your pocket. I won't do it for free. Not because they don't like you, not because they're professionals, not because they're hookers, just because in their brain somehow they think foreigner will give me money for sex because of this perpetuating culture, this emergency 911 Philippines. Stop enabling it. All right, I'm going to check the comments and I'm going to call it a day, guys. Thank you for joining and thanks for helping drive the conversation. I didn't mean to rant and I didn't mean to loop around so much. I try to have a format for the whole conversation today and stuff, but yeah, pretty much ran through the comments here. Guys, thanks all for joining today. I gotta roll. All I can say is don't be an enabler. All right. There is the whole conversation of, look, I'm only there for a week. Look, I'm okay with pay to play. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but isn't that what like the bar girl scene is for? Like, if a girl's gotten to the point where she's like, look, I'm a professional pay to play girl. I work in a bar girl joint. Go find a girl you like. There's some hot ones in there. Do your business and like call it a night. But don't enable it seeping into the Pinay culture, right? The modern Pinay culture, the college girls that think like, oh, I'm gonna get a date. I get, that's my job. Is I'm a professional dater. It's like, no, it's ridiculous. Um, yeah, just have some game, you know. Be a gentleman or be a hustler, or be a gentleman hustler. But if you got a little bit of game, you don't mind buying a couple of drinks, like you can go far in Manila. I am just saying, guys, like the game is changing, and the game is changing because men are enabling it, and I don't think any women are watching my stream. I think like 9% of my views come from women, so you know, and I don't think the girls are out there, perpetuating this dating culture like that. So it's definitely men that are driving this phenomena, and they're driving it hard, and it has changed, and it has changed a lot, and it has changed quickly. And I see that in Thailand mostly. Again, like the rules are a little different there. The game is a little different there. It's incredibly transactional. But Manila doesn't. I mean, Manila's moving in that direction, worse and worse. But it doesn't have to be that way. And that's why a lot of guys, when I do consultations, are like, show me how to do it in the province. And that's another conversation though. Don't be cheap and talk to the girls. Be polite, be decisive, and just tell them what you want and have some fun. It's that easy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can go the pay to play route, and you can still have a great time with girls. But if you don't want to go that route, just, you know, maybe it's so easy. He's right. It's so easy. Like, she might not be the hottest girl in the club. She might not be the youngest girl in the club. She might have a few extra pounds. She might not have as much time for you because she's got a career. But she's going to be a great Filipina to go out with. So you can have a lot of fun. God, you can have a lot of fun. And on that note, gentlemen, once again, thanks for joining. Make sure to check my Thailand playlist. I got a new bunch of new Thailand stuff up. The algorithm doesn't seem to like it too much. Actually, the algorithm in general doesn't seem to like me too much. That's why I don't talk about the real stuff anymore, unless until it comes to Manila. But even that, a lot of that, I got to put up for members only because it's just nobody wants to hear the real deal on public YouTube. Uh, yeah, I mean, if I take you out, like again, I'm going to say this one last time. Scroll up in the feed, look for the link I posted, click on that, and you'll see what a weekend with me is like when I take you out. You will not have a weekend like that if you just roll into Manila. Even if you go full VIP, you will not have a weekend like that. What's Pedro got to say? The problem is the guys paying cash for meeting or subscribing on the OnlyFans. They're destroying the dating scene. Well, there is no OnlyFans in the Philippines. The only way you can do that here is if you have a guy basically facilitating it through a fake ID. It's illegal here, and OnlyFans won't take a Philippines passport. So I'm not saying there aren't other platforms that the girls can do this on. And yes, they're selling the fantasy, and they're already in the game. We're talking like simple shit like Instagram. We're talking like Insta illusion here. Like the girls on Instagram are becoming, they think they're OnlyFans stars, and they're like, pay me to have a phone call, pay me to take you out. Like, now that can work for you. If that can work for you, go for it. Just don't think that she's your one and only. Or you're her one and only, I should say. Yeah, he's right. You're paying for networks. And again, click on that link. I should post it again. Because it's just, we actually talk about that. We talk about networks and why it's such an amazing night out. Just posted it. Average age of the guys you take out on tours? That's a good question. And I should track that data, and I don't. I'm going to say 40. Maybe 38, 40, 42, maybe, like somewhere in there, around 40. I take young guys out, and I take middle-aged guys out, and every now and then I take an older gentleman out. When I say older, I mean like over, like pushing 70. But guys like that tend to not be able to last the whole night. Not that we can't go out and have a great night, but I'd say most of the guys I take out are in between 40 and 50, or in between 30 and 40. And most of the guys I take out are younger than me. So that video link that I just posted, that is an unlisted video. It's a video that will go on public YouTube in a couple of weeks. It is a video that will show you how just insanely bumping a weekend can be, and it talks a lot about the value of networking in Manila, and why Manila is a warm community vibe as opposed to a transactional vibe like Bangkok. And on that note, watch the video, and if you do watch it, leave a comment please on the video. Just let me know what you think, or just be like, bro, got it in the live link or whatever, just something. And hit it with a like or whatever. And I'll see you guys. If I don't see you guys next week, it'll be 2 weeks. All right, I'm either gonna do this every week or every other week. I'll try to get it in a schedule. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for helping drive the conversation. Thank you for, wanting to change the downward spiral, the trend. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I know some guys think it's good, but I am telling you, it's only going to lead to bad things, or worse things, or not so good things. and that goes for men and women. All right, I am off. It is gym and then immigration, and hopefully a good night's sleep. Because just again, check that video link. Last night was nuts, or last weekend. Signing off. Have fun, guys.